Do you remember when I was talking about Blythe Spartans coming in and stealing our players? We're putting contracts offers in for, and I couldn't understand it because they were like 2 leagues below us, and they were putting in offers that we just couldn't compete with, and I kept losing players to Blythe. Yeah, you remember that? And then you remember I sort of investigated and I found out, oh, right, they've had a tycoon takeover. Lucky. Okay. Yeah, you remember that? And then you remember how I said I was going to come back for our next FA Cup game as well? You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. We got Blythe Spartans in our next game for the FA Cup. Okay, so we've got Blythe, and I know they're going to be half decent because they stole half the players I was going for. And, you know, I know they're going to be good because I was going for them, and obviously I don't go for any rubbish players. Well, you know, some are a bit more miss and hit, but we've got them next anyway in the first round of the FA Cup, and we don't so desperately want to go through to the next round. Of course, we don't want to go out here. We need to bring in some money because our outgoings are so much more now. I'm struggling to kind of just keep it in and around the level without it sort of plummeting, you know, through the floor. Right, so let's see what kind of form we've been going into this game. We lost the last game against Grimsby at home, but it was a heavily rotated squad, and yeah, we took the lead, but we couldn't hold on to it. And I just take that one on the chin. It was heavily rotated. We had our Blythe game literally 2/3 days after. And I needed to make sure we had a strong first team squad to put in for that. If we want to go through, we need to be playing strong. So that's what I did. Heavily rotated squad team, lost to Grimsby at home. So a little bit disappointing. Other than that, there's been... It's, we lost a couple of games after last episode. So we lost to Tranmere 2-1, and then we lost to Birmingham 5-1 in the Paint Trophy. So, you know, I'm not going to cry over that one. And then we won 4 games on the trot, 2-1 to Crawley, 2-0 to Shrewsbury, 2-1 to Morecambe, and 3-1 to Doncaster. And, and then we lost the last game. We know that. And so here we are. Is there any other news about players in or out? No, there's been no movements. I've still had players in on trial, hoping that their wage expectations can come down a little bit. However, I've not really got the space for it because I'm already nearly £900 over my weekly budget, so I can't really afford it. I'm kind of expecting by the time we get to January window, we might receive some bids for some of our players. Some I might be more willing to let go than others. We'll see what sort of bids come in. You know, if there's some of our better players like Oyatunde, it's going to have to be a good bid. I mean, he's got a contract release clause, so if they meet that, then he's gone as long as he accepts a contract. So, yeah, we've got to win this next match to go through. All right, guys. So formations have changed a little bit over time. So we were playing a bit of a 4-1-3-2, kind of like a flat 3 across midfield, more like this, and Hammond more central as well. However, got complaints that I was playing Gallagher out of position, out of his preferred lone position. So to make sure I don't upset that and lose our, one of our better players, really. I've moved him up to his attacking midfield position. And I moved Hammond, just shifted him over to the right a little bit in a segundo volante role so he can kind of push up and support in midfield as well. And Sydney's just on a defensive midfield position, so he's going to hold, he's going to kind of do that defensive work. And then we've got attacking playmaker, so he's going to push up, he's going to look for those passes further up the pitch as well. And then at top looks pretty normal. We've got Oyatunde in his pressing forward role, and Oliver Iro in his advanced forward role as well. And then the back looks pretty standard as well. Roberts obviously back in goal. He's earned his place back. Bit disappointing that he's another player that doesn't like big games, and we know I don't like players that don't like big games. But one day I'll have a squad full of players that, you know, don't have that horrible trait. So one day though. And then the back four is Danny Imre, Taylor Foran, Charlie Robinson, and Elijah Morgan. Pretty standard there. So this is one of our strongest teams. Yeah, we've still got quite a few sort of injuries in and around. So yeah, but they're starting to come back. But this is one of our strongest teams anyway, regardless of injuries. So this is pretty much our best chance of getting something out of this game. Well, getting through to the next stage. That's what we'll be getting out of this game if we manage to get it. Yeah, I'm convinced we can end that run of 5 wins as well, or unbeaten run of 5 games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had unbeaten runs of nearly 20. We are Farnborough. They are Blythe. The player stealers. That's right. That's what they are. They are the player stealers, and that was a terrible, terrible starter. And hopefully not a show of things to come. Hey, Roberts, there to catch up. So literally from the kickoff, we just passed them the ball and just let them have it, as if to say, "Come on, then, show us what you can do." Right, we need to show something here, nice and early. Oh, Tundo! How far out was that? Yeah, in game before last, I think it must have been. Yeah, he scored an absolute screamer. Similar to that, he just picked up the ball outside the area with a pass like that, and he just shot first time, and it just pinged off the underside of the bar and bounced down and then back up into the roof of the net. Well, that was another good effort there as well. Okay, we're showing some better intent here now. But yeah, it's goals we need. So 4 shots, none on target so far. Hopefully that doesn't mean Blythe will just have 1 shot and it'll be on target and it'll be a goal. Good save by Roberts there. He holds on to that shot as well. Good goalkeeping. He's definitely my back to being my favourite keeper. Obviously, I know that's not going to last forever as we push up and progress. But yeah, for the moment, he is the guy. Tunde. Oh, and he's taken down in the box. It's a penalty in the 17th minute. That gives us our chance to go ahead, which means Blythe are going to have to push forwards. And, well, we've got to score this first. So, Sydney for the penalty. And he puts it into the top right corner. That is 1-0. And, yeah, now it means Blythe are going to have to push up, commit more men forwards to the attack, which hopefully means that they leave themselves more open for the counter attack. But yeah, I think they're definitely going to be coming for it now. All right, nearly half an hour gone. We're 1-0 up, and we're controlling the game for the most part. 60% possession. We've had the majority of the shots and a good XG as well. But not much happening now, which I don't mind about. I prefer some replays of our own and maybe some extra goals to secure the tie. But all we need to make sure we do is get through. Con Gallagher, can he find that pass? He's just going through the defence though. Oh, and he tries a shot on his own at the end. That is not a bad attempt at all by Gallagher. And that kind of shows you how he's kind of important for us to have. He's got that attacking prowess, maybe not a finisher by any means, but that creativity, that drive to push forwards in that final third as well, is really important for us this season. So we can't lose him. He was doing that from midfield for us before, but yeah, we got to keep his parent club happy play him in the position that they want him played in. So we just had to, kind of had to shift it around a little bit. I kind of feel like it's still pretty much how we were setting up to play, which was working for us. And as you can see from the results, yeah, we lost the last game, but it was a heavily rotated squad. Oh, come on, bro! Was that save? And was that another save? They are clinging on here, Blythe. Those thieving toe rags. Oyatunde with the corner. Can't find it. Well, can't find the header on target. All right. Well, we're still knocking on the door, but we need more goals to make sure this doesn't become a nervous affair as we head towards the end of the game. And we have a free kick from some way out, and it's Borgnis. He can strike him. He doesn't mind having a go from far out, and he gives it a go, but he can't get it past the wall. It goes out for a corner, so we keep up the pressure. Oyatunde trots over to take the corner. Can he deliver it well and find a Robinson? Yes, sir. Charlie Robinson with the delicate header across the goal and just nestles in that bottom left-hand corner right by the post. Perfectly placed. No chance for the keeper to get hold of that. And that is 2-0. And that has been coming for some time. So, yeah, I'm happy for that. Now they've got even more to chase. So hopefully, just seen one of our ex-players there. From right from the start. Loco. Right. Let's do some substitutions. Right. I am going to... Gallagher, stats-wise, is not actually having the best game. So I'm going to bring him Tom Olliott. I'm going to bring on, because he does like to come on and do something late in the game. Preston Fearon is pretty much all out of gas. So we've got to swap him out. Borgnis, Niall Timpson. Right, that is all we will do for the moment. I'm just going to have a look quickly at their team. So Kevin Loco, he was our captain at Farnborough in the very first season. Central defender. He's obviously still doing all right for himself, now playing with Life Spartans in the National League. Owen Farmer, he was one of the guys that we wanted. He is their top scorer. And there was someone else. I can't remember if I can remember them. There was another one anyway, for sure, that they stole. Little Steelers. Right, confirm subs. It is Blythe with another corner now, though. It clearly doesn't lead to anything, and that's fine. All right, coming up to 80 minutes now. I'm going to get the other substitutions done. And I'm going to bring on G for Iro. And I'm going to bring on a Kagbu for Foran, who's also out of energy as well. Just to bring a bit of energy to our defence. Make sure we can hold it together in the last 10 minutes we got now. Coming up 5 minutes. And looks like we're going to ease out of this FA Cup first round comfortably. 2-0 winners at this point. They haven't posed too much of a threat to us. And we've managed to do the job. Which, what kind of defence was that? Who just let it go through their legs? That wasn't a Kagbu, wasn't it? So that's Charlie. That's Charlie Robinson. That's literally just let the ball roll through his legs, I think. What is that? And Roberts got fingers to it, but he couldn't stop it from going in. I feel like he should have done better as well. That is a poor display from Charlie Robinson and Alfie Roberts. But yeah, we shouldn't be conceding goals like that at all. That's a little bit annoying. Didn't change the result. We still won. We're still through to the next round of the FA Cup. So that is money in the kitty, which is what we want. So I'm going to say it was nice work, but I'm still not happy with that. That was just disgraceful defending and goalkeeping as well. And yeah, if we're going to play like that, we're going to get beaten so easily by better opposition as well. Right, so that is us through to the next round of the FA Cup. So I am really happy with that. That is just over 40 grand in the kitty as well, so that is going to help us keep those books balanced as well. All right, so what have we got next? We have got a league game against York, so that is what we will be back for, and I will see you when we're getting ready for that game. All right, guys, the draw for the second round of the FA Cup has been made, and as you can see here, we have been drawn against Burton Albion of League One. Once again, we have been given probably not the best or easiest draw. I think this might be the fourth year in a row, fourth that we've been drawn against League One opposition, either in the first round or second round of the FA Cup. And second rounds, as far as we've met League One opposition, and then that's that. They're 10th in League One at the moment, but they're definitely going to fancy their chances against us. So, I mean, it's the FA Cup. There's always a chance, but I feel like we've had another rough draw in the cup, and our chances of going through to the third round, where we know the real money really starts in the FA Cup, is our chances of getting there are pretty limited. Once again, not really getting luck of the draw. But yeah, Burton Albion in the next round of the FA Cup. All right, guys, we are back for match day against York, and we do have some tired legs on the pitch for today's game. I am hoping we can make our way through with a win and just progress from there. Still want to try and field pretty much our strongest team. So we've got Alfie Roberts in goal, Danny Imray, Taylor Foran, Charlie Robinson, and Elijah Morgan in that defence. And then the midfield pretty much looks the same, except for Mitch Pinnock is coming in. So we've got Sydney, Pinnock, and Borgnis, sorry. Borgnis obviously in that defensive midfield role as a segundo volante. And then Gavin Gallagher, we've just had to shift his position again because his parent club came in, and yeah, they still weren't quite happy with how we were playing him. He was here, they want him here. So yeah, proper central attacking midfielder. So we'll see how that goes. And then obviously Oyatunde and Iro up front. And then on the bench, we've got Charlie Farr, David Kagbu, Tom Olliott, Zach Henry, Niall Timpson, Robbie McKenzie, and Henry Timmy Davies to call upon should we need him. Well, we will need him at some point because some of these players aren't even going to make it through the game because they're already tired. Yeah, it is November, and the fixture congestion does get quite heavy around this time of year. But we're just going to have to see how that goes. So I'm quite happy to drop out of the paint trophy at whatever point. It's not a biggie. I mean, financially, yes, we could bring in some money from it. But I feel like not getting the finances for that and freeing up those sort of fixtures was going to help us get through the season a bit easier. The only one really desperate to keep in as long as we can is the FA Cup. But we're just going to have to see about that. Right, let's get into this and see what we can do today against York away. I think we've got another away fixture in our next match as well. So two important games. If we can get these away fixtures with some points on the table, that's going to keep us sort of just around the edge of the playoff area. Which I don't even think I spoke about where we were in the table. Yeah, ninth in the table. Well, I think we were around 7th or 8th, I don't know. We were around that point, not too far off the playoff places, and not even a million miles away from top spot, to be fair. But that will change as the season goes on. I've got no illusions thinking that we're going to be chasing down Salford in top spot. They're doing really well and probably pretty much going to run away with it this season. They look like a really strong team. Oh, that was a close to going down one there, wasn't it? Oh, Borgnis can't quite get that ball and start an attack. York do look like they are putting up a strong performance here, but we do have a corner. Pinnock with the corner. Robinson in near post. Keeper can't keep it out, and all he can do is get a hand to it, and it still goes in. That must have been some powerful header. at the near post for Charlie Robinson. Boom. Yeah. Keeper can't do anything but direct it into the goal. 1-0 up. Probably against the run of play, I'd say. Though XG's the same. We have had more shots and more on target. Just York definitely looked like they were getting more of the highlights there. Wouldn't you agree? I think so. Right, okay. That's we're happy we are dominating possession. Sure. We need more goals though. Again, like in the last one, get a bit of a cushion. 1 goal is a bit of a nervy affair. And York with another highlight here, and a free kick gets on the head of one of their attacking players, but they can't get it on target, so we get away with that one. All right, I'm going to look at substitutions nice and early here because we're going to have some tired legs here. So yeah, as you can see, Imre for Far, Foran for Kugbu, Elijah Morgan for Niall Timpson. I know this is yeah, lots of changes early on. I'm going to keep that 1 spare sub as we go on, but you know, 4 lots of fresh legs, all mostly in defence, but we're just going to have to see if we can get that extra goal, or at least shore up our defensive ability. You know, being able to keep up with any of their players or whatnot. But we managed to defend that corner pretty well. And it is York on the offensive again, trying the ball over the top, and they find the player, but he can't keep his shot down, and it goes whistling over the bar. I'd like a highlight for us, please, because I don't like just being 1-0 up, and highlight after highlight is the opposition. It really doesn't fill me with confidence. All right, we're going to bring on 1 attacking change, and we bring off Oyatunde for Timmy Davies, little Timmy Davies. And we're not gonna, I'm just gonna shift them around, I think. Yeah, that'll do. And that's going to be a tactical bit of genius, and you're going to see little Timmy Davies come up with a goal now. You're probably not, because I don't know. I feel like we're a bit short on goals at the moment. We're lacking a little bit of sharpness and killer instinct up front at the moment. And yeah, it looks like we're just going to see this game out now. A 1-0, probably more than we deserved. I don't know. The stats don't really necessarily say it, but the highlights were saying it all, I think. Yeah. Was it just the 1 highlight we had of the goal? Maybe. All right. Anyway, it'll do. Yeah. I'll take that when we're not playing as well as I know we can. And we definitely weren't playing as well as I know we can. But I will take that, and that keeps us right on the edge of the playoff places as well, in 8th place. At this point in the season, being where we are, yeah, I actually couldn't be happier. And yeah, plus 9 goals. We're kind of, you know, the goal difference says we're in and around the right place at the moment. We're probably not far off the minimum we'd want for the season to make sure we're safe from relegation. And I mean, going off of current form and where we are, we shouldn't even be thinking about struggling for relegation at the moment. I would be comfortable with a top half finish up to, I'm not even expecting a playoff place. I'd take it if we get it. And I was, even with a playoff place, I wouldn't be expecting to go up. But you know, you can get a little bit of extra cash from the games at the end of the season. So that's what I would take from it if we manage to sneak a playoff place. I really don't see it happening though. We're going to struggle with congestion, fixture congestion, player fatigue, injuries. I'm already over budget, so I can't afford to bring in any more reinforcements. Really, I need more players to go out on loan so I can, you know, equal out that balance as well. So yeah, I would be happy to be anywhere between sort of 12th and 8th. I think that'd be a successful season for me, going up into League 2. We've literally just gone full time. We're not really seeing the major financial benefits of it yet. I feel like a kind of top half finish would help us financially. I think we're seeing uptake in supporters coming to the games next year. Hopefully see an uptake in sponsorships as well next year. And and hopefully I can shed a bit more of the dead weight. I just had to make sure we had the players this year, because I couldn't really find the signings that I needed. But yeah, I feel like just steadying the ship this year is the ultimate goal. Top half finish would be brilliant. Steady the ship would be brilliant. And then next year I can really look at losing some of the deadwood that really don't cut it, and bringing in some nice reinforcements that are really going to just take us up to that next level. And then hopefully we will be pushing for a playoff place or even an automatic promotion next year. But yeah, we're looking good at the moment. Right, so what about next episode? Right, well, we know who we're playing in the next round of the FACup, and that is Burton Albion. So I think we'll be back for that game and our Leyton Orient game probably. I'm just going to ignore those paint trophy games for the moment. I really can't see it going anywhere. So yeah, so we'll be back for our end of November FACup second round game against Burton Albion, and then Leyton Orient. And then I probably won't be back until till the new year, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, until then, I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. If you liked today's content, please leave us a like and leave us a comment if you've got anything to add. Would love to hear from you guys. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Trying to grow the channel, can't do it without your support. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Even if you're not subscribed and you've been watching for a while, please hit that subscribe button. Would love to have you along for the journey. I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I will see you again in the next one. See ya.